guess who's back again? Shout out to Eminem, man. I went to YouTube Live, reacted to the Eminem's Houdini single that came out. Come to find out, music video came out, so reacted to that. Check out the personal YouTube page that I have. That's Quake. It's on my podcast page and my YouTube main page. You can go subscribe to that, where I posted a video reacting to it. But I want to talk about Eminem's first single, Houdini, because it's broken records for Eminem standards and for 2024. So let's talk about it. So according to chart data, Eminem has earned his highest debut ever for a song on streaming platforms for him. This is solely for him, though. We're not talking like all time. We're just talking for his records. And this is impressive because Eminem's been around since the late 90s. We're talking 2024. For him to be still breaking records of his own career as well is amazing, man. It's a round of applause. So Eminem, according to chart data, has earned his highest streaming debut on Spotify with Houdini, which got 7.85 million streams in its first day. Now, here's the interesting fact, right? If the Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing never happened, right? So let's just say in 2024, that beef never happened. Eminem right now in 2024 would have the highest streaming song debut first day of 2024. So far. So we're in May or June basically right now. Would somebody potentially be able to break that? Yeah. But Eminem, without the beef, just dropping a song with no beef involved. Besides, I mean, you could kind of say beef involved. He dissed Megan Thee Stallion, had a fun play with R. Kelly, blah, 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 whatever. Controversial stuff, but not official beef, right? Back and forth. But just a controversial record, whatever. Who cares? 7.85, basically 7.9 million. The list this year is Meet the Grams at 5.1 million. We Don't Trust You at 5.3 million. By the way, this is like all beef records, basically. Besides like a few. Family Matters at 5.4 million. Ben for Ben. We can go Ben for Ben. Central C and Lil Baby at 5.4 million as well. Drake Push-Ups at 5.6 million. Type Shit, Future, Metro Boomin, that record, 6 million. Carnival, cars, you dig the Carnival, 6.5 million. Kanye West with that and Ty Dolla $ign. Like That at 7.4 million on its debut. And then Houdini is at 7.9 million. So let's just say Like That still came out regardless of the diss. It beat Like That, even with that Kendrick verse diss. And it beat Drake's Push-Ups. It beat Drake's Family Matters as well. The only ones it didn't beat, the only person that got ahead of him is obviously Kendrick Lamar with Euphoria, which did 9.2 million in streams on its debut. And Not Like Us, which did 13.1 million. So if it wasn't for the beef, Eminem right now would have had the largest streaming song in hip-hop in 2024. What does that say? That says this guy is as relevant as ever. And we're talking about a guy who's had a career well over 25 years now. When did the first album come out? 1999, right? I don't really count Eminem as like, I don't know. I know people like to say a 90s artist, but I mean, he was like at the tail end of the 90s, like literally right at the end. But I guess, I mean, you could say like, hey, he dropped an album in the 90s, so he's still a 90s artist, quote unquote. But, people say he dominated 4 different decades. I wouldn't really count the 90s because it's, did he really dominate the late 90s? Nah, I think he was just getting his foot in, and he did a great job. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't dominate. So the Slim Shady LP came out in 1999. When did it come out? February 23rd, 1990. So he literally had like 1 year of the 90s. That's it. So when people say like, oh, he's been dominating since the 90s till now, it's like you're kind of stretching the 90s for him. But that's not to say that this guy has literally been dominating 2000s, 2010s, and now 2020s. Like, who the fuck is doing that? You name me. Jay-Z has fell the fuck off. Hasn't dropped an album since 2017 solo album. Nas did his thing, and he's been relevant, but he hasn't been like, having a high streaming song that's charting and doing amazing. He's been doing good in terms of like hip-hop reception. But who from the 90s or even the let's just say early 2000s is doing what Eminem's doing right now? I can't think of a single one from the early 2000s. Literally, not even just pop. Even you can just go into the pop route. You can go to Britney Spears. You can go to NSYNC. You can go to Backstreet Boys. You can go to Justin Timberlake. You can go to whoever from the early 2000s. I can't think off the top of my head right now who's still dominating. That's like round of applause, man. I don't give a fuck what you think about the song. I don't give a fuck what you think about the music video. In my opinion, this Eminem song has had the best reception it's had. Like, this is the best Eminem single reception in years. Because first off, we haven't had Eminem actually drop a single and promote the album. He hasn't done that since 2017 with Revival, which was a horror show. That was a horrible thing. And then before that, he did Marshmallows LP2, which was obviously a great success. The Monster with Rihanna did amazing numbers, but that didn't involve streaming. So now that he's actually dropping singles, he can play around with the streaming thing, drop a single, see how it does. And obviously he's doing amazing. He's got the highest song, not including the beef with Drake and Kendrick Lamar in hip hop. Including it, he's the top 3. He's in the top 3. This is a guy that came out in 1999. Like, what more, I don't understand how anybody can clown this guy, regardless of what you think about the music, right? Like, just say, fuck the song, he's acting like a child, Slim Shady, blah, blah, whatever. That's your opinion, cool. But women line, men line numbers, though. The numbers are there, and Eminem has delivered. I love the song. I think it is it's what I expected from Slim Shady. That's the difference here. We're talking about Slim Shady. This is Slim Shady style. This is what Slim Shady does. Pokes the bear, trolls. You got a bunch of attacks from Megan Thee Stallion fans. The Siamese, whatever, the transgender, whatever he said, whatever the hell he said in the Siamese bars. You got attacked for that. Classic Slim Shady. Everybody gets mad, uproar, stuff like that. I'm surprised that people still fall for it after all these years. But then there's kids that never heard of Slim Shady, never even heard of Eminem's old music. They were born in 2005. That had no idea what the fuck was Eminem doing. Even if you count Relapse, because Relapse is the last time he had the jokey, because he came out with We Made You, and that was a jokey, trolling type of song. But let's just say they were born in 2005. 2009, they were 4 years old, so they didn't know. So most of the fans that are reacting to it that are fans of Megan Thee Stallion probably never heard of Eminem. They weren't even born when he was at his peak and prime. So shout out to Eminem, man. Great numbers, and I'm excited for the album. I like the first single. I'm disappointed. I'm not saying I'm disappointed in terms of Alchemist producing it, because Alchemist is an amazing producer. I like the production on it. I'm disappointed in the fact that I want an Eminem album produced by Eminem and Dr. Dre solely. That's when Eminem's at his best. Every album that I've loved from Eminem has come from that type of production, in my eyes. Eminem Show and Relapse are two of my favorite Eminem albums, and they came from that production. So I hope this is just a single that we get that type of production. I hope we get more Eminem and Dr. Dre, but once again, man, salute to Eminem, and we'll keep our eyes posted and see how the song performs, and where it debuts in the Billboard Hot 100. That's another thing that we'll see. It's probably going to be top 10. I don't know if it'll be number 1, because there's just a lot of songs out there that are doing a lot of numbers, and we'll see how it does in streaming as the days go on. But, we'll see. It'll definitely debut in the top 10. I'm willing to bet 5, 6, 7, maybe around there. I don't know, maybe even top 5. There's a chance that it could be top 5. Yeah, I'm willing to bet top 5. I'll bet top 5. Top 10, 100%. Top 5, 80%. Top 3, you're looking at 60% in my eyes. And then number 1 would be a 50% chance, 40 to 50% chance. That's my take on it. So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted and see what happens. But shout out to Eminem. Can't wait for the album.